Welcome to Sosnovka for another Guide 2 with me, MrSealyp. The Krone Big Pack 12080 Square Baler. New mod from ARM team, and on Modhub today, I believe. Might have been yesterday. I think it might be today. Anyway, regardless, it is out. This is a nice mod. Plenty of detail on it. Well, obviously the PTO, that's a pretty standard thing, but the decals, everything looks very neat, very tidy. When you jump up onto the, it's not a foot plate, but the workings and all the interior looks very neat. And you can see everything nice and clearly, which is quite nice on this mod. Fire extinguisher. There is a rear beacon, and there are some nice animations on this mod as well when it gets going. At the end of the day, balers are balers. There's not pretty much different between any of them. This has got rear wheel steering on the double axle, but there are some notable things that I want to point out before I just show you very quickly it baling. Like I say, balers are balers pretty much, but here's the thing. Once installed, it will be under baling technology. So if we go into baling technology and scroll along, we get to the Krone Big Pack 12080. Now, this only requires 115 horsepower, which is quite low for a big baler. Obviously, the Massey Ferguson 5 from the Massey Ferguson pack from Black Sheep Modding next to it only requires 85 horsepower. So obviously, much lower horsepower requirement for a square baler. Most of the other square balers are higher than that. If I go along to the ones that came from Black Sheep Modding, the single axle square balers, they're 120 horsepower. Don't forget onto the ones in the Coon pack, we're looking at 185 horsepower. The in-game 1290 is 185 horsepower. Then we've got the round roll belt, which is 70. They're round balers, so that's slightly different. So it's much lower horsepower requirement. Now, you could then argue then, well, the Massey Ferguson 5 only requires 85, which is much lower. Look at the price of the Massey Ferguson. It's 50,000. Now look at the price of the Big Pack 12080. 12,000 pounds, dollars, euros. That is by far the cheapest baler we've had on consoles, PS4 especially. I'm assuming Xbox as well. Generally speaking, vehicles, tools, etc. have been quite expensive in game. When you look at the balers here, 78,000. You look at the in-game ones, 105, 135, 102, and then when the Massey Ferguson pack came out, I think 50,000. That's nice. That's not bad. Very cheap. 12,000. That's brilliant. PC prices have always been a little bit better here and there. I know there's the option sometimes you can buy a used baler, whatever you want to call it, whatever kind of narrative you're doing in your game. But anyway, 12,000, not bad. 115 horsepower, does square bales at 4,000 litres a bale, which is standard in game, and it will do your straw, your grass, and your hay bales. No problem at all there. So I have to say, for 12,000, that's a lot of baler for your money, and quite impressive. So what I've done, I've gone for a New Holland T5. This has only got 117 horsepower, and that says it requires 115. So only just about enough horsepower to operate it. Just to show that if you're going to get one of these big balers, you know what? You don't need a lot of horsepower or a big tractor to use it. So let's hook this up. If we go to the back and look here at the animation very quickly, if I open the baler, the unfolding process of this rear section is quite good. I say quite good, it's very good. With the chains moving and the rear section, the roller section all moving out. I did have a quick test on this, that's why there's part of a bale in there already. But as I said, there is a beacon on it as well. Lights, indicators, etc. So the beacon's back off again. Turn it on. This is the other thing I quite like about this is did I leave the lights on? I did, never mind. Like I say, rear steering, but The animations are pretty cool. Obviously you've got the PTO shaft, which generally you get spinning on most of the mods anyway, but the pickup on there, quite nice. All the detail going on down there. If I jump up onto the rear plate again and look inside, you've got your movement of the cams here, but I love the fact you've got the PTO attachment, kind of the drive shaft. You can see all of that turning in there as well, which is going to obviously be turning all the parts that it needs to inside. Nice detail in there. That's really, really good. It's a cracking mod. Quite liking this. So anyway, on to the matter in hand. Let's drop the pickup as well. Sorry, in case you just missed that. So pickup down. Swing this round. So like I say, it's only got 117 horsepower, this tractor, and it will take a little bit to get going, but once it starts pulling, it's no problem at all. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 miles an hour. And there we go. Bale's coming out. It's all working rather well. For £12,000, dollars or euros, you can't odds it. That's a cracking mod. The cracking baler does the job for a really, really good price as well. The Krone Big Pack 12080. Very, very nice. I'm thinking I'm going to be using this. The only downside to it, and it's the only downside I could think of, let's turn it off, is that, I mean, baling standard isn't too bad, and if you've got an auto collector, auto stack to pick them up, that's not a problem at all. But it doesn't have, unfortunately, anywhere on here, because that's quite a long, extending rear roller section. It's kind of offload chute. I'm not sure what the technical term for that is actually. There's no rear attacher, so you can't put the Quadro Pack 5, Pack V, every time I say that, to auto stack bales of 4 or anything like that. So this is just going to be a drop them off one at a time and pick them up later affair. That's the only downside to it. Other than that, it's good. It's nice. 12,000, 115 horsepower required to use it. It's a square baler, and if I'm honest, it's a no-brainer. If you're going to do square bales, get this. Why wouldn't you? Why spend a fortune when you don't need to? Now I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it's this, not to say this exact one, but on PC I know some of them, the side panels open and you can actually put the wrap and the twine in and all the, you know, all the stuff like that. Obviously consoles, we're not going to get that, but that's it. That's the Krone Big Pack 12080 baler. Does exactly what it says in the tin. It's a nice looking mod, works well, great details, nice baler, and that's it. That's it from me. It's a short one. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you found it useful and informative. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do, thanks for watching.